Hey everyone, it's Flak. The Battle of Heligoland Bight in 1914 off of Germany's northeastern coast was the first showdown between British and German navies in World War I. It's also the site of one of the maps in the second half of Battlefield 1's Turning Tides expansion. EA sponsored this video by giving me early access to the new map on the community test environment. It's white-boxed without final textures and is still early in development. So, let's get down to some impressions. Heligoland Bight in Battlefield 1 is the game's first truly naval-focused map. Most of the map is water, and the new L-class destroyer is the focus of combat. Torpedo boats, landing craft, and airplanes are all plentiful, and it does make for some interesting fights. Honestly, I spent most of the capture session in a boat of some variety and only touched land when one wasn't available. Ground combat on Heligoland Bight is focused on the island of Dun and the lower section of Heligoland. The top of the island is inaccessible, but DICE did install a large turret at Bunker Beach, a clear nod to the massive coastal guns that guarded the main island. The turret is also valuable for defending capture points, as it can go toe-to-toe with destroyers and airplanes if you're precise enough. We played Heligoland Bight on the new Conquest Assault game mode, which shines on maps with amphibious landings. The Germans start in possession of all the capture points and must hold them. If they lose all capture points and all players are eliminated, they lose. The British begin the game with 2 Y-liner landing craft, 4 torpedo boats, a destroyer, and 3 aircraft. The Germans have the same number of vehicles, minus the Y-liners, at the start of the game. However, the German torpedo boats are actually tied to the map's capture points. This means the more capture points the British control, the more torpedo boats they have. It sounds a bit unbalanced, but it works for Conquest Assault, since the German team begins the match with a head start of 300 tickets. This makes it even more vital to take and hold flags on Heligoland Bight, and many can be captured using naval vessels. Naval combat concentrates in the area surrounding Bunker Beach, the island of Dun, and the wreckage of the light cruiser SMS Mainz. Historically, Mainz was sunk during the Battle of Heligoland Bight, so it's appropriate to see her on the map. Both the Mainz and Dun form cover for the destroyers and torpedo boats, making naval face-offs more tactical. Some of the most tense gameplay I experienced were destroyer duels with the island of Dun in between. The destroyer's ability to call in artillery strikes can be used to support your team or hit stationary targets. On the western side of the map, U-118 serves as a capture point. Its inclusion is fictional, as the submarine wasn't built until 1918, but it is visually interesting and makes an obvious reference to when the sub washed up in Sussex after the war. The Germans should make sure they guard this point at all costs, as it's likely to be their last spawn point if the British rout them at the main cluster of objectives. Personally, I had a blast playing Heligoland Bight on the CTE, and it's important to remember this map is a work in progress, but it does have a couple issues. Heligoland Bight seems like it should be more naval-focused. The interplay between torpedo boats, destroyers, and aircraft is fun and fresh for Battlefield 1. Heligoland Bight seems like a great naval map with infantry gameplay tossed in as some kind of requirement. In my opinion, it dilutes the map's natural design. It's difficult to play as infantry on Heligoland Bight, since the beaches on the island are exposed to attack from air and from the sea. This is one of the primary reasons I spawned in a vehicle whenever possible. I'd really like to see the map embrace its naval background. I'd be thrilled to see all-out ship-to-ship combat, including more destroyers and even multiple dreadnoughts, which we didn't actually see. In fact, I'd even be okay with there being no infantry combat at all, which would be more historically accurate. I'm sure DICE views it as a bit risky to have a Battlefield map without infantry combat, but it is a naval DLC after all. It'd be cool to have a naval and air vehicles only kind of map. I don't think DICE will go that route, but certainly there are measures that can be taken to improve the infantry experience. More obstacles and cover on the beaches would certainly help in that regard. Overall though, Heligoland Bight is the best naval-centric map in Battlefield 1, and it is a great example for improving another existing map, Albion. Albion with Conquest Assault would be a much better experience, so hopefully DICE will consider adding that game mode to that map. Again, the build I played on the CTE is a work in progress, and there will be changes before the final release. If you have some thoughts on the map design, you can leave feedback for Battlefield 1 developers at reddit.com/r/battlefield_live. Also, be sure to tell me your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share on social media like Facebook and Twitter, and please make sure to subscribe. Turn on notifications for the latest news on your favorite games. To take your Battlefield 1 game to the next level, check out the Battlefield 1 Ultimate Utility app with a link in the video description. Thanks for watching.